who are going to be gracing the stage on Saturday. It's Dan Powell and JAG. Joined tonight by Dan and Mark Thompson from JAG. Guys, good to talk to you. Thanks a lot for coming in. Thanks a lot for playing live. What can we expect on Saturday?
Going to just probably give 110% performance, as we pretty much do. We feel every gig, but this one's obviously a huge gig for us, and we're really excited, looking forward to playing it, and you know, no sort of surprises, no sort of Jackson tributes going on, but you know, something
you never know.
No.
Obviously going to hear some of your own material. You're going to be dropping in one or two covers as well, no doubt. Any early indications as to what we're going to get?
If you've been to a JAG gig, then I'm pretty sure you'll know what to expect. All the classics. Obviously not our classics, but the classics that we do that we've become quite known for playing.
I mean, obviously you mentioned the name JAG there, people will be familiar with it. You've been fairly high profile, it's got to be said, on the Worthing music scene certainly over the last year or so. Now, you've both been around the music scene for longer than JAG's been around. How did you two get to work together?
It was playing, I was in a band, K2, and Mark was with the Chris Simmons band, and I think it was probably a gig in a local pub. I think I was gigging, Mark come over and introduce himself, asked if he could get up and play, so he did, and I think it's kind of stuck from there, really. I realised, you know, I've got to play in a band with this guy, so we just went on and sort of formed JAG, I suppose.
Now, the solo stuff you recorded is under the name of Dan Powell. JAG, I guess, is probably best known as a fun pub act. Is that unfair to call it a fun pub act?
No, I think that's exactly what it is. You know, we have started throwing a lot more of the original material in recent pub gigs and stuff like that. But yeah, JAG is known as rocking your socks off wherever we go.
And how difficult is it when you are a band doing the local circuit in pubs and clubs, to get up there and do your own material? The punters naturally wanting to hear the stuff they're familiar with first?
I think so. We did one recently at the Rose and Crown, and one of the original songs was the second number in, and there were people there that would never have heard it before in their lives, and by the second chorus were singing along, which for us is the best thing you can ever have.
Obviously the key there, a good strong chorus. Tell us a bit about the writing. Who writes for the band, and what inspires you to write?
Well, we both write together. It's just ideas. You know, I could sort of start, you know, get an idea of a hook or a melody or something, and perhaps maybe finish it. Well, I think it's finished. Then when, you know, me and Mark hook up together, it's I play in the idea, and then, you know, we work on it together, or it comes to nothing and we sort of pick it up a week later or something. But
put it this way, I mean, Dan writes all the melodies and lyrics and stuff like that, and then I pretty much just throw in a few different chords and riffs and start putting on far too many instruments that he doesn't particularly like.
Tell us a bit about some of the original songs that we are going to hear.
Okay, Any Woman, Any Man, which is pretty much Dan's anthem, is definitely going to be in there at the show. It's a great sing-along number, superb chorus that he came up with, and it's definitely going to be one of the most rocking numbers of the night.
We've got Lonely at the Top as well. I think Walk Away, just the strongest, obviously we had to put in ourselves, but also, you know, gigs that we're playing now in pubs, you've got sort of people requesting your originals, which to me, you know, fair enough, we can play all the covers, but when they want to hear your own particular tracks, then you feel, you know, that's a great feeling. So we're going to stick along the lines of obviously our strongest, but what I think, and we think, what people prefer.
Two other guys going to be up on stage with you, Stephen James and Cuddles on the drums as well. Tell us a bit about these fellas.
Bless him.
Well, Cuddles, also known as Jay Barron, phenomenal drummer. He was with me during the Chris Simmons band days. He also used to play with Mr. Smith, who are also on the same bill as us. And so yeah, he's been with us for about 5 years or so now. And Stephen James, I went to university with up in Liverpool and bumped into him the day after. Well, it was New Year's Day. We'd just done the New Year's Eve gig. There's the three of us, and I was playing bass, and our New Year's resolution was, let's get a bass player in. Wandered into Brighton, bumped into him. Hadn't seen him in about 3 years, and said, do you fancy playing? He went, yep.
So in terms of how JAG may develop in the future, have you got any plans to try and take it beyond playing the local scene and playing the local pubs? Any bigger ideas?
Well, absolutely. Dan and I, more so than as the full band, have been doing quite a lot of showcase gigs up in town and around the place at the moment. We're getting the rest of the album finished at the moment as we speak, and so by the later this year, hopefully everyone should be able to see an EP, maybe even an album.
And of course, if people do want to get a taste of some of the original stuff, you've got the MySpace site as well,
which is
www.danpowellmusic.co.uk,
and on there and up until the 1st of August, there are 2 free songs to download for yours to keep forever and ever. Any Woman, Any Man, and Better Off Alone.
In terms of people coming across you for the first time, they're going to see you for the first time down on Steyne Gardens. Musically, give us an idea of where we are. What kind of bands are you into? What kind of influences do you draw on?
You know, anything sort of 60s, 70s sort of rock and roll music for me is just probably the hardest music to beat. I don't think I'll ever hear anything better. But, you know, as a band, we all have our own sort of preferences, and we constantly probably bicker at each other who's the best. But me personally, people like the Stones and the Beatles and Kinks and Mr. Weller, and, you know, have a huge influence on myself. You can end up playing, you know, certain songs in pubs, you know, and I think we played a Suzanne Vega song, you know, and people are like, do you even like it? It's a great tune. So it's not really who we actually like, it's what we think people are going to, you know, want to hear.
Is it unfair to say that you're very much into the West Coast American musos, 12-minute solos, all that kind of stuff?
Well, I suppose you could say that.
Yeah.
Bit of a progger. I think that's one of the why some of the original material works, is that such poles apart influences. They're very much centred in the good classic rock riffs and melodies, but it's just nice to throw in a bit of musical advancements now and then.
Looking forward to seeing you guys playing live. You're going to be on stage around about 6 o'clock, I would have thought, on the Saturday night. Thanks a lot for coming and saying hello to us, and wish you the best of luck on the night.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
To admit, I'll never take a shine to you. It's so plain to see that you don't care. Go about your business, boy, the hell with you. You don't see you smiling when you get your share. They lie, they'll never take the time to think they might offend. Go out pointing left to right, getting in a fight, any woman, any man. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Cannot stand why you're judged by the clothes you wear. From the car you drive to the color of your skin. I hear you get picked on why it's just not fair. Enough is enough, we can't let them win.